Today on 2+U Nevada.
Fire is part of, it's a fact of life where we live. So it's important to be thinking about it and preparing for it.
Being prepared against wildfire. The University of Nevada Cooperative Extension will be hosting a 2-day summit to go over everything a homeowner should know, including a change in state law affecting insurance. We have details. A child could just touch a surface, be it a park.
Absolutely.
And they will touch fentanyl and can overdose.
Or rent an Airbnb or a motel room that wasn't cleaned properly, and that has happened.
The very serious threat of opioid overdose. It sees no socioeconomic barriers and can potentially be reversed if caught in time. The local moms working to ensure no more families have to endure the pain of losing a child. Plus,
all the ingredients are fresh. We make this from the ground up, from scratch.
Looking for dinner ideas? Don't feel like cooking, but want something fresh and healthy? We go into the kitchen of the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. You're watching 2+U Nevada. It's home.
Put everything back in your house the way you like it.
With community and family. And this really is a family affair. It's local food.
I got garlic in mine, capers.
It's health and wellness. Plus,
we don't have these, and we could be using them.
With plenty of entertainment. 2+U Nevada, brought to you by 911 Restoration. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. Okay, I'm thrilled to let you know that tonight, my neighbor is hosting a Galentine's event just for the ladies. We're talking food, wine, some Hallmark movies, and sharing of recipes. The options: make an appetizer, a drink, or a dessert, and you can only use 2, 3, or 4 ingredients. Now, I had no idea what to make until a mom at Stella's dance class yesterday told me to try what seems to be a fairly easy appetizer. Stay tuned, because I'm going to make it a Tried It Tuesday for next week. And keep your fingers crossed, because there's nothing like trying a brand new recipe for a party when you're the guest, right? We have a fantastic show lined up for you today. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. This afternoon, we have Megan Kay back with us. I'm so glad you're here. Of course, manager of Living with Fire through the University of Nevada's Cooperative Extension. And even though it's the beginning of the year and we actually just recently had some rain, we're talking about wildfire, and that's super, super important.
Yeah. So where we live, wildfires is a fact of life. You know, we live in a wildfire-prone region, and yes, we are kind of in an off season right now. We're getting some precipitation. Hopefully we get more precipitation.
Yes, hopefully.
But you know, the way that our cycles run, fire is part of, it's a fact of life where we live. So it's important to be thinking about it and preparing for it, even in the winter.
So the Cooperative Extension and Living with Fire is having a summit, and you told me this isn't the first year that you've done it, but it's gaining in popularity, and probably because folks at home are now realizing how important it is to be fire aware.
Yeah, so, you know, we have a lot of, you know, research-based practices that people can learn about, like with defensible space and home hardening, and those are all, that's like the foundation of this work. These are the things you need to know to become fire adapted, what we call it. But actually getting that work done requires community building and making connections and establishing relationships with your neighbors, and also potential partners within the community. Could be your fire department, could be emergency management, could be local business, could be your church group. There's just, you know, everyone has a role to play when it comes to staying safe and being fire adapted. So this summit is meant to be a convening for all of those different partners and hopefully generate some ideas and some initiatives that come out of it.
So let's talk specifics. This summit is later in February, and it's 2 days, and there are several topics each day that will be covered by subject matter experts. So what are some of the topics that we're going to be seeing?
So I'm glad you brought that up. So the 2 days kind of have distinct themes. The first day is really rooted in the work that's being done on the grassroots level. So we're highlighting projects that community members have initiated. So we've got a lot of a few Firewise community leaders from in Northern Nevada.
Yeah. And we've talked about Firewise. So for folks at home, my parents are in a Firewise community, and it's where neighbors really get together and establish and have meetings, and it's very organized.
Yeah.
But I don't want to speak out of turn, but doesn't being a Firewise community also help you with insurance? Because insurance folks will go, oh, this is a neighborhood that is Firewise.
That's the idea. So that's hopefully one of the perks that you get out of it. But it's what it is a pathway for communities and kind of a checklist that they can follow to organize, and it will hopefully yield a safer community. That this community has done some work to reduce their risk, and hopefully you see some impacts on the insurance side as well. That being said, the insurance issue is a moving target. We are going to address that at the summit a little bit.
So let's talk about that. You said that's what, day 2 that we're talking about insurance?
Exactly. So day 2 is more of like the macro view of what's going on nationally, also regionally, but on a big picture. So not the grassroots, but kind of the top down. So what are land management agencies, what are fire departments and our fire chiefs, and also legislatively what's kind of happening around wildfire. And that has a lot of implications with insurance. There was a new assembly bill that was passed, AB 376, that directly relates to wildfire insurance. So we're going to unpack that a little bit. And we've got some subject matter experts on day 2 to hopefully answer some questions about that and what that could potentially mean for folks. So that's definitely a highlight if people have questions about insurance.
You were giving me some little tidbits about this assembly bill, and I was like, dang, I need to learn more about this.
Yeah, I mean, there are some articles about it that have been written in the Reno Gazette Journal. People can reference. They can go look at the text of the bill. But we're all kind of learning about it, and so that's why we're hoping to address some of the questions about it at the summit for sure. I'm not definitely an expert on the legislation, but
you'll have the experts there.
We'll have the experts there, yeah, and we'll be facilitating a discussion about it in the Q&A. So people, if they have some burning questions, then they can come and I'm just saying, if they have some burning questions, they can come and get on the mic and ask the subject matter experts themselves.
That's fantastic. Okay, so who should be attending this summit?
So the summit's really open to anyone. It's free, and we've got some generous sponsors this year that are making it so that we can provide food, which is great. So, and you can check out the sponsors on our website. But I would say if you have any interest in making your community safer, this summit is for you. But it's particularly geared towards folks who have already play an active role as community leaders, and maybe we're hoping that they can leverage their work into making their communities more wildfire safe. So we're talking if you're on your HOA board, if you're any sort of leadership within your community, or if you're just looking around and you realize, hey, my community is at risk and we need to do something about it. Maybe I could be the first person to initiate that. This summit is for you for sure. And we're also we also invite all of our nonprofit and fire partners. So we have some emergency management, fire district, and lots of consultants and contractors in the room too. So it's people from the private sector who, if you're like, okay, I want to get some work done, who do I turn to? We'll have some of those folks in the room too that can hopefully offer some guidance.
Oh, Megan, that's fantastic. Okay, so I referenced that this is happening later in February. Give us the 2 dates. How do people register? You said it's free, and where is it?
So it's Monday, February 23rd and 24th. It's free. It's at University of Nevada, Reno at the Joe Crowley Student Union. I still want to call it the Joe Travis because I went to school there, but it's the Joe Crowley Student Union. And you can register online at our website, livingwithfire.org. If you go just type in that URL, it's going to be the first thing that you see on the website.
Fantastic. Yeah. And again, this sounds like it's for everybody. And we all know that we live in that fire-prone community. We've seen big fires in the winter. So very important information.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. And hopefully, this sparks some interest.
Megan, you got it. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+ Nevada. So excited to be here at the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill, which is right in the RC Willie parking lot. And joining us this afternoon, Sepide Arya Sandy, the co-owner, and we've got Shane Cottle, the general manager. Thank you guys so much for hosting us.
We are excited to have you guys here.
Sepide, I love how this is the second time that we've been here and absolutely love this restaurant. I love the background though, that you actually learned about this restaurant when you were at PA school. Talk about that.
Yes, so that was 2013 when I was going to PA school in Henderson, Nevada. And the original Great Greek was owned by a family that were Greek-Armenian family. And we loved the food. I'm Middle Eastern, and the food really reminded me of my food from Iran. So when they became a franchise, I wanted to bring them to Reno.
When we're so grateful that you did. Shane, I was just asking you as the general manager why you like this restaurant, and I loved your answer. Why do you like the Great Greek Mediterranean?
Well, first reason is I love the team. Working with the team is great, but most of all, it's the fresh food. It's like every day I'm getting a delivery of something fresh, always fresh, fresh, fresh.
And Seppi, you were telling me how you source this food. Well, and everybody needs to know that these are the original recipes from that family in Henderson. So this is legit Mediterranean food.
Nothing has been changed since the original owner's recipes. They have been just passed down and followed through all the Great Greek restaurants.
And the food is so fresh.
Yes, everything is made inside the house. That's why actually our hummus or most of our dips, they don't last more than 5 or maximum 7 days in the fridge. If you buy hummus from store, you can keep it for weeks. Not if you buy it from us. You have to toss it after a couple days.
Okay, so we're gonna take a look inside the kitchen and see this fresh food being made.
I like that. Let's go.
So Shane, you've brought us into the kitchen and we are taking a look at the Great Greek Euro meat, very well known. You said this is trademarked.
Yes, it is trademarked for the Great Greek. It's 90% beef and 10% lamb. The cut is from the shoulder.
Oh, wow, look at that. And what is this type of cook? It's rotated on something?
This is called a standing broiler, an upright broiler. And it constantly is cooking throughout the day. And it's pretty much cooked to order.
And a stand-up rotating broiler, how long does it take to cook this all the way through?
Once it's warmed up, it doesn't ever cook all the way through. It goes layer by layer. As you can see, it's cutting it off. So what's behind that is going to cook some more. And
then with each slice, how much meat are you getting in one of these full rotations?
You're going to get about 24 to 25 ounces in one rotation.
How much does that whole thing weigh?
That I couldn't tell you. That's probably about 30 pounds.
Wow. And this is the super fresh, this is the Great Greek specified recipe.
Yes, it is. And I can't give you any details on that because that's a secret.
All right. Well, I'd love to taste it. Okay. Oh, that's nice and warm. Oh, that's good.
That's yummy, yep.
That is good stuff. Shane, you're known for the sauces and dips. What are you showing us now? How many sauces do you have?
Well, we have 4 main dips and sauces that we go with. This one over here, this is our melly. The base on this is eggplant, and if you like smoky, this one is very smoky. Our second dip here, this is our Toro dip. This is based, our main ingredient on this is gonna be 4 different peppers: jalapeno, red pepper, serrano pepper, and habanero. So that one kicks a little bit of punch to it. This right here has got to be by far our most popular one. This is tzatziki. And here is our hummus, and all the ingredients are fresh. We make this from the ground up, from scratch. So why don't you go ahead and give that a try.
Okay, well, I love tzatziki. I've attempted to make it myself at home, and it was kind of a massive failure, so. Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, and taste the freshness.
That is super fresh. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the hummus. That is fresh.
Yes, very fresh.
You can taste how fresh that hummus is. Okay, I like me some spice. I'm gonna try for
Go for it.
What is this, the Toro?
Yep, that's a cheesy.
cheesy toro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. What I love about this, sorry, I'm speaking with my mouth full. But what I love about this is these are all so fresh and you can taste how fresh it is.
Mm-hmm. If you're tasting, you might as well taste this one. If you like smoky, this has an amazing smoke flavor that comes out on that.
All right, let's do it. Shane, this is awesome. Thank you for inviting us in the kitchen.
Of course, anytime. Yes, we're sending some back with you too for the studio.
Serious?
Yeah.
All right, win. That is awesome. I'm so excited that we got to see behind in the kitchen. But Sapire, what I love is you are in healthcare and you know you are what you eat. And it really brings it home to see the food is so fresh.
Absolutely. It's all about Mediterranean food right now when we talk about cardiovascular problems. And I do believe there is a difference between fresh food versus food that comes out of a can or it's not as fresh. Come on in and try us. See it for yourself.
It's awesome food, you guys. And also, don't forget, for any of the big sporting events or any family party, they do also cater. And that information is on your website. What is your website and who do we call?
Okay, so I have to add something very important. If you order from us directly for catering, we offer 20% discount. And we are planning on never taking that away. So 20% discount every time, forever.
Awesome. And your website and phone number?
So we have it in the back. It's the Great Greek, and then you have to pick Reno location. And then our phone number, we have it here. It's 775-686-6580.
You guys, thank you both so much for hosting us this afternoon. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Kathy Carstairs, the Vice President of Wake Up Nevada, with a very important discussion for everyone at home. Kathy, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me here.
So let's talk about Wake Up Nevada and tell people how it came about.
So Wake Up Nevada was founded in 2020 by Darcy Patterson. Her daughter overdosed on her 21st birthday in 2017. She needed to find a way so other parents didn't feel like we did. I also lost a son. So I joined Wake Up Nevada in 2021, and we've just been going hard ever since.
And not only have you lost a son, but you've also lost a number of family members due to fentanyl being out there.
Yes, I lost 2 nephews, a great niece. My 10-and-a-half-month-old granddaughter touched the surface. She overdosed on methadone, fentanyl, but it took 9 doses in Narcan, and it did save her life.
Thank God for that.
Yes.
You know, and you and I were just talking, and it's terrifying, but it's information that we need to have as families in our community. You said a child could just touch a surface, be at a park.
Absolutely.
And they will touch fentanyl and can overdose.
Or rent an Airbnb or a motel room that wasn't cleaned properly, and that has happened.
Okay. So let's talk about Narcan as a drug. And for anybody at home who thinks, oh, not my kid, or this isn't going to be something that I need to worry about, why is it important that every home have Narcan?
Because it can be your kid, whether it's a teenager who tried something for the first time. Even marijuana is laced with fentanyl. It can be the child who got in the medicine cabinet. It's for the grandparent who had surgery and is still in pain and forgot they already took a pain pill. Now they've taken another one. It's for the high school football player who got injured and was prescribed opioids, and it got out of control. And unfortunately, it affects everybody. It's affected our police force. They're doing searches. They have overdosed on fentanyl just from coming in contact. They've sent their police dogs in on warrants. Dogs don't come out. Handlers go in, and they've overdosed. And Narcan has saved them as well.
And we are using the word fentanyl, but really and truly, Narcan works for opioid
Absolutely, opioid
overdose.
Yes, whether it be pills from your doctor, heroin, fentanyl, anything opioid driven.
And that's an important distinction because, like you said, pain pills. If you have prescription pain pills at home, you recently had a surgery, and then somebody goes into your medicine cabinet and takes too many, these overdoses are happening more and more. And, I used to work at the sheriff's office, and I can say this is a problem in our community, in our society, and the only way we can solve it is by taking things into our own hands.
Absolutely. So be prepared to save somebody. It could be your own child. It could be, just somebody in a Taco Bell bathroom. You could be the person. You could be the first responder while waiting for emergency assistance to get there.
So how do we recognize an overdose? How do we recognize somebody who might be in an opioid overdose?
So they'll be non-responsive, shallow breathing, sometimes gurgling or foaming at the mouth, just non-responsive. It's hard to tell, but people turn clammy and they get cold because they aren't getting oxygen.
So this is what Narcan looks like, and I'm going to hold this up. This is what Narcan looks like. It is a nasal spray. And so it's got like a thumb depressor right here in the center. You put your 2 fingers here and you pinch up like so to give this nasal spray to someone. And as you mentioned with your grandchild, you said that it could take multiple doses of Narcan. But if somebody has to administer Narcan, show us on your crash test dummy what it looks like.
So if you come across a person that isn't responding, you want to try to see if they're able to speak or move at all. You can also try a sternum rub. Mm-hmm. That's right here. That usually, if the person is not overdosing, they will flail around a little bit.
Because the sternum rub is designed to be somewhat painful to get a response.
Absolutely. So you would make sure the person is flat on the ground, tilt their head back just a little bit to open that airway. You're going to put Narcan here, push this button. It is just a nasal spray. Just like that. You are going to turn them on their side in case when they do come to, they can throw up. They also become agitated, so you would kind of want to step back. It's not a replacement for 911. Mm-hmm. You call 911. If they're still not responding in 2 minutes, you give them another dose on the other side.
Okay.
And you can do that every 2 to 3 minutes while waiting for the EMT to get there.
How many doses are in a vial?
There's only one.
One spray.
There's one spray, and what that does is it knocks the opioids off of the receptors for a short period of time. Therefore, you may have to give them another one before they start to breathe. And in shortness, I tell people, give them a dose, call 911. They're going to walk you through the absolute rest until they can get there. Just don't leave that person alone.
Okay, so Wake Up Nevada, a very important resource for families in Northern Nevada. Do you provide Narcan?
We do. We are allotted Narcan through the opioid settlement from the state. We have placed 32 Narcan boxes. Look like old newspaper machines around town. They can walk up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No shame, no stigma attached. Just take what you need. And there are QR codes that lead them to recovery treatment programs as well, because we kind of want to do the whole wraparound.
Yes.
We don't want to just we want to keep you alive long enough to get into recovery, because you can't see recovery if you're dead.
No better words than that. All right. Kathy, thank you so much for what you are doing. Thank you for the information for families at home, and thank you for getting Narcan out there.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. We think of first responders as brave and indestructible. But for a team of first responders who were there when a private plane crashed at Bangor International Airport 2 weeks ago, they are still feeling the emotional impacts. Lending support during this crucial time, man's best friend. Alyssa Thurlow shares the story of local therapy dogs there.
The world's just really heavy right now, and so we all just need to feel a little bit closer, a little bit more connected.
Studies have shown our four-legged friends can provide comfort during tough times.
She's been at this for almost 2 years.
To be able to recognize that they have a gift to offer the community, to other individuals, really takes a special person.
Stacy Coventry is the community partner lead for Pet Partners of Eastern Maine. She and her volunteers share their pets with the community to help improve their health and well-being.
In just about 2 years, we have nearly 30 teams in the greater Bangor area.
Following the deadly plane crash at Bangor International Airport, Pet Partners of Eastern Maine has been visiting first responders in the area. So far, they've made stops at Bangor International Airport, the Bangor Fire Department, the Maine Army National Guard, and the Maine Air National Guard Fire Department.
Being fire service, irregular meals, irregular sleep, irregular patterns all over the place. You know, a pet, no matter what you do, when you come home, they're happy. They're happy to see you, and they don't ask any questions.
For the dogs and the handlers to come in and to be able to take a moment to offer something to the first responders is a real gift.
Each therapy dog offers something different, but still makes a difference.
Straya is an Australian Shepherd Poodle mix, and Mary is a purebred mini poodle. Straya is more of a calm presence, so sometimes people who are carrying a lot of anxiety or stress just want a calming dog and a calming presence.
Happy being, what's going on?
Mary is our little glass half full happy dog. She likes to do tricks and likes to be the star of the show and get attention.
Pet Partners of Eastern Maine offers a wide range of programs, but overall, their mission remains the same: transform lives 4 paws at a time.
I think just seeing the guys smile, laugh, and having a good time and relaxing is rewarding in what we've been working to get them to do all week.
To see guys in a position where they have to be sort of strong and stoic, kind of soften and share stories of their own dogs and get snuggly with a cute little mini poodle is just a really, really sweet privilege.
Alyssa Thurlow, WABI News, Bangor.
Meanwhile, in Texas, there's more comfort and connection, this time at a local cancer center. As Trevor Sachaki shows us, patients there are receiving much-needed distraction from Olive.
Another day on the road for Luann Kelly and Laura Llewellyn.
I gotcha.
And Olive, of course. Their comfort dog.
Gotta go work.
Today's job site?
Olive with me.
The Weatherford Cancer Center.
How's your game going?
Okay. I'm losing as usual.
Oh no! Oh no!
Some places that we go, we're there for comfort and peace.
She seems so calm.
That's her job.
And some places we go, we're going to just bring joy.
The trio is part of the Lutheran Church Charities.
You're a sweet girl.
And their church, St. Paul Lutheran, owns Olive.
I mean, if we walk into a hospital room and say, hey, would you like to chat? They might be like, you know, maybe no.
That's sweetie.
But we walk in the room and have a beautiful golden retriever, and as they're petting that dog, they might just start to talk.
And boy, did the patients start talking today.
And,
This is your work face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes you feel really good because she's so sweet. You just want to get her up in your lap and hold her like she's a lap dog.
You've been waiting so patiently.
She's fun, she's lovable, she's furry. That's what I like, the furry.
As the medicine drips, Olive is a reprieve from boredom.
And when y'all bring the dogs in, that helps even more, so it makes it fun.
A fun way to forget where you are for a second.
That just a beautiful dog who's not going to judge and not going to give advice, but it's just going to give you pure joy and love and compassion.
Olive doesn't forget about the staff either.
How's your day going?
Not too bad. You are a movie star today, aren't you, baby?
The places that we go, the people we see, some are in tough life situations. They just are.
But if Olive can bring even a little joy,
But she'll probably leave a little bit of golden fur on you.
she's done her job well.
I just think Olive has this, somebody mentioned her soulful eyes.
I like just looking at you.
And I just think that when she is on and connected to a person, which she does well, there's something going on that I don't understand.
But Olive does, in Weatherford. Trevor Sahaki, CBS News, Texas.
And you have a chance to raise puppies who are being trained as veterans service dogs. Find out how you can help Liberty Dogs up next. You are watching 2+ Nevada, and I am so excited. You guys know how excited I am when we have four-legged friends here on the show, but we also have Hillary Larrabee and Andre Berry with Liberty Dogs joining us. Of course, this is a new 501c3, right, in our community, and really new in that the doors open in March. But Andre, let's start with what Liberty Dogs is and its mission.
So Liberty Dogs is a national training and placement program for U.S. vets and those who are diagnosed with PTSD. And this is a flagship program of the David Sherrill Duffield Foundation. And we'll have an opportunity to take canines and veterans and bring this program together in addition to holistic wellness and provide something to those who have served this great nation. And there is nothing else like this in the world. A lot of time, energy, support, and resources have been poured into this. And we want to put together a great practice for those veterans who have served by giving them quality trained canines.
And so when this happens, or when you pair a canine with their veteran, those vets are then brought here and trained with their canine. Is that how that happens? Walk me through that process.
So there's actually two programs we have. We have a 3-day wellness program that any veteran can go through once they apply and are accepted. And then for the 2-week canine veteran placement program, there's an application process. We do a whole vetting to ensure that, they have a good home, they're qualified to have a canine, they meet all the requirements. Our veteran service teams walks them through the whole process. Takes between 4 and 6 months to do that. And then if they're selected, whether locally or across the country, we bring them to the campus and they're there for 13 days. And they get to stay on, I like to say, world-class campus and be a part of going through a phenomenal training program to get placed with a canine. So, and there is no cost to this program. There's nothing else like this in terms of the training, the canines. We take care of the healthcare, the food, because we just recognize that these veterans have given so much. And because of what they've been through and what they've done for this great nation, this gives us a chance to support them, to give back, and to place them with a phenomenal canine.
That's just fantastic. And Hillary, we can see that these puppies, because Cooper is 7 months, they're already getting training before even being matched?
Yes, yeah. So we start our training program at about 8 weeks. And so we'll bring in puppies from other organizations or from really across the country. And we rely on our community puppy raisers to help us with training our puppies. And it is at no cost to those puppy raisers. We just ask that they bring a loving home and an open heart and a willingness to train with us and be with us on this journey with these puppies.
Okay, so you need puppy raisers.
We do.
What is the process of vetting those puppy raisers? Like, do they have to be good trainers? Because I'll take a puppy and I'll help raise a puppy, but if you want it to behave, that's another question.
So no, there is no need for you to have any training background. We have a group of fantastic trainers that will help you every step of the way at no cost to you. And all it takes is some time and dedication to the program. With our puppies, it's about a 16 to 18 month dedication of your time and a loving home. And we will have you come into our offices and work with our trainers and do one-on-one sessions with the puppies. And we show you what you need to help us with, which is amazing. So
okay, so let me understand this. The puppy raisers have the puppies for 16 to 18 months before they would ever even be placed with their veteran, who would then come out or be here and stay on the campus for 13 days.
Correct. So you will go through that 16 to 18 month phase, and at that point we do what's called a turn-in, and where our puppies will be turned into us back on campus and go through an advanced training session, which is about 4 months long.
Okay.
And from that point, they will be matched and paired with their veteran.
And I love, because before we started this interview, I was asking you, what are these puppies being trained for and how do they help their vet? And one thing that it touched me is when you said that they're being trained also for nightmare interruption.
Correct. Yeah, that is one of the many skills that we will train the puppies for is nightmare interruption. And we all know that our veterans see some things when they go out and work with overseas, and they come back and they struggle sometimes. And so what these dogs will do is provide what's called nightmare interruption. And if they notice that the veteran is having maybe a nightmare and their bodies are shaking or they're just feeling it, they might nudge the veteran to wake them up. They might turn the light off or on.
The dog will?
The dog will. The dog will. So they're really helping them to transition out of that really dark place that they might be in and just be there for them at that hard time.
Just so needed. Okay, Andre, what's next for Liberty Dogs? Yes.
So for what's next is, first of all, the campus is not even open yet. So we're trying to get on the campus. And then once we're there, once we do a lot of onboarding, a lot of training, because we also have to ensure that our staff understands the veterans, our staff understands the canines, our staff understands all of our processes. And so once we're on the campus, then we're going to have a 3-day wellness course that any veteran can sign up for in May. And then our first 2-week class will be in June. And there's a couple things I really want to emphasize, though, going back to the puppy raisers, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people will ask me, what can we do? And I remind them, this is a very patriotic community, and this is a very pet-friendly community. And there's no better partnership if you want to make a contribution to being a puppy raiser, or also you could be a foster, where you could may not take a puppy full-time, but you can help on a part-time basis. But this is a way to give back. And sometimes people ask me, are you sure this is something I can do? The trainers are phenomenal. They're phenomenal. Ask me how I know, because they train me. Okay, so they do an excellent job. And so if you have questions, or you just say, I want to help, I want to give back, I want to make a contribution. And then we're also going to have volunteer opportunities in the future too. But
okay, so for more information on puppy raising and volunteering, where do people go?
They can go to our website, and our marketing team is always watching that, libertydogs.org. libertydogs.org. I'll say it again, libertydogs.org. We encourage people to go there. And we know that this is such a giving and supportive community that supports our veterans, that supports our canines. And we welcome you to be a part of this partnership, because that is the number one way we can be more successful. The more puppies we have, the more veterans we can help. So, and I just can't emphasize that enough, and encourage. I mean, I'm waiting for you to raise your hand. So anyway.
Well, you guys, thank you so much. LibertyDogs.org. You are watching 2+U Nevada. We all know how loved our pets can be, so imagine the dread when beloved horse Dixie fell into a frozen pool. Jeremy Roth shows us how rescuers got creative quick.
Rescuers in Ohio were faced with a unique scenario when they responded to rescue a horse that fell into an icy swimming pool. WCPO reports the 8-year-old mare named Dixie had wandered out of her pasture and stumbled into the pool. Rescuers in wetsuits used tow straps to lead Dixie to the shallow end, where they got her out and immediately swaddled her to get her warm. The Monroe Township Fire Department said the rescue shows the diverse nature of the services it provides. It also said Dixie was checked out by a vet and is in stable condition. No pun intended.
Now to a man who found himself stuck, and not in a good way. A would-be thief in suburban Miami found himself detained inside the very van he tried to rob, and it's all caught on camera. Jack Royer has the video.
This is the moment a Hialeah landscaper realized it wasn't his equipment screaming for help from the back of his van. It was a thief.
so he could not get out.
Nursey Toledo's doorbell camera captured it all. The thief pulled up while her landscapers were hard at work. Here he is sneaking into the back of the landscaper's van near high noon in broad daylight.
Car pulls up in the middle of the street, gets into his truck, tried to steal the stuff, but unfortunately the gentleman got locked in.
Without realizing anything was abnormal, the landscaper locked his van, which locked the back doors too, leaving the thief begging for help. The landscaper kept him captive long enough for help to arrive in the form of Hialeah police officers.
The Hialeah Police Department was really happy because this is incredible. This is the best arrest we've ever made, they told me. So
The easiest too.
yeah, the easiest too. So they were like really happy.
The burglar not so chipper as he went from being locked up to the actual lockup.
It's kind of scary because, you know, I live here and then the door could be left open. Anybody can just walk in. It's like you see, it's an avenue. It's very dangerous. So we have to keep our doors locked more often.
Accidentally or not, this crime thwarted by a landscaper's lucky break and an attempted theft that was over before it started.
They locked them. They left them in there.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom-to-Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada, or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. A look at some of the fun you need to be aware of this weekend. If you're looking for some great entertainment, Mimics, the movie made right here in Reno, is in theaters starting tomorrow. The first showtime tomorrow is 11:50 in the morning at Summit Sierra. The last showtime tomorrow is at 10:15 at night at Galaxy Victorian. Weekend showings begin at 9:50 at the Summit, but check your favorite movie app to get your tickets. The Tahoe Rim Trail is hosting an early morning Valentine's event, Sweetheart Snowshoe with Nevada Nordic. Bring your sweetheart and enjoy a snowshoe trek in Tahoe Meadows. It's $10 per person. Meet at the Chickadee Ridge parking area. The snowshoe is from 9 to noon. Boxers and Buddies is hosting a Pet Supplies Plus food drive and adoption event on Saturday. Drop off your supplies or pick up a new loved one. This event runs from 3 to 6 at Pet Supplies Plus, located on Northtown Lane. That's it for this edition of 2+U Nevada. Thank you for inviting us into your home this afternoon. We look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+U Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.